my love of cooking with my family, and lastly, what I hope to achieve in this course.
But Crooks was also spiraling. His father noticed his mental decline in the year before the shooting, and particularly in the months after graduation. He later told investigators that he had seen his son talking to himself and dancing around his bedroom late at night, and that his family had a history of mental health and addiction issues. On the day of Trump's Butler rally, Crooks told his parents he was heading to the shooting range, but he never came home. So his dad called 911. Listen.
My name's Matthew Crooks. I was calling in regards to my son, Thomas. He belongs to the Clairton Sportsman Club in Clairton, and I don't have the number for Jefferson Police on hand. The reason I'm calling is he left the house here at about 1:45 this afternoon, and we've gotten no contact from him, no text messages, nothing's been returned, and he's not home yet. That's totally not like him, so we're kind of worried, not really sure what we should do.
40 minutes later, agents showed up at his door. Crooks' dad said, "Is it true?" And when the feds went into Crooks' room, the room was fairly organized, with a made bed and large 3D printer. An empty pistol belt and the holster lay on the floor. At the room's threshold, an agent looked down and saw a .50 caliber military-grade ammunition can with a white wire coming out. The agent also observed a gallon jug labeled nitromethane in the closet. That chemical's for bomb making, so the agents evacuated the house. How did the family not notice their son was making bombs right outside their bedroom? Apparently, they didn't know their kid at all. Quote, his father said he didn't know anything about his son, according to the testimony. We need to consider the source here, the New York Times. We don't trust them. They're oftentimes a dumping ground for intel. They could be spinning a tale here, or this could be great reporting. We just don't know. It's been almost a year since Trump was shot, and we don't know much. We'll keep you updated on the story. So Donald Trump was in Bedminster over the weekend, so he decided to swing by the Prudential Center for a UFC fight. Trump settled in cage side, where fighters jumped over the octagon just to say hi. He even threw on the championship belt. But the real fight happened at the White House. No, Zelensky wasn't back for round two. Elon Musk reportedly got into it with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Bessent roasted Musk for not dozing hard enough. Quote, "You're a fraud. You're a total fraud," he said. Then Musk rammed his shoulder into Bessent's ribcage like a rugby player. The White House staff had to jump in and break it up. Maybe it wasn't Little X that gave Musk the black eye. As the Wall Street Journal puts it, Musk is a genius, but he isn't a political one. He has the brain power to change the world with tech, but DC's a different animal. He can't get physical in the open. That's what got Bill Clinton in trouble. Elon's dad spoke about his son. Listen.
Elon is standing on principles. He wants to cut the budget into a situation that they save money instead of waste or spend more money than they have. And he was told that his role would be just that. On the other hand, in politics, there is give and take. So you can't always get everything perfect because you have to deal with all sorts of people, all sorts of problems. So the answer is, in politics, to try and explain to someone new to politics, it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Elon simmering down, deleting a tweet claiming Trump was in the Epstein files. It's outrageous how much character assassination has been directed at me, especially by me. Trump's taking the high road.
Are you going to get rid of the Tesla and the Starlink service that you have here at the White House?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, I may move the Tesla around a little bit, but I don't think we'll be doing that with Starlink. It's a good service.
Where are you going to move it to? Move it around, what do you mean?
I have a lot of locations. Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually.
Elon heard that message and replied with a heart. Democrats, on the other hand, are loving the big, beautiful beef. They finally found the one immigrant they want deported.
And so I do think it's not unreasonable to assume the Trump administration will accuse Musk of being compromised by China, that they will potentially cancel contracts. There have been suggestions of seizing his businesses and even deporting Elon Musk's.
Democrats wouldn't know the difference between a good migrant from a bad migrant if it hit him in the face with a Molotov cocktail. Musk sacrificed a lot to help Trump steer this country in the right direction. Like we said last week, sometimes guys have to blow off a little steam. Trump doesn't believe in permanent enemies, only Rosie O'Donnell. J.D. Vance knows better than anyone. He called Trump a Nazi, and now he's his right-hand man.
Think about it. It's a guy who, not even a year ago, nearly took a bullet in the process of campaigning, went back on the horse the next day. And if you look, obviously I'm biased, but you look at what we've done on the border, you look at what we've done with trade, fighting back against a generation of theft of the American dream, which is what the president's trade policies are starting to do. I just think you got to have some respect for him and say, look, yeah, we don't have to agree on every issue. I'm talking about if you're Elon Musk, you don't have to agree with this on every issue, but is this war actually in the interest of the country? I don't think so. So hopefully Elon figures it out, comes back into the fold.
JD hopes, but some think Musk is toast. Co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, Charlie Hurd. So is he toast, Charlie?
I don't know. There seems to be some warming possibly going on between the two of them. It got pretty heated there over the weekend. It's been, and I have to admit, Jesse, I found a lot of it pretty entertaining. You've got these two titans of social media going after each other. It's kind of hard not to sort of enjoy it. I think, to me though, listening to Democrats crow about it, first of all, they're desperate to talk about anything other than the policies, their policies that American voters despise. Even their own voters hate their policies. So they're, obviously they want to talk about this stuff. But to me, the thing that is really revealing about it is that, for months we've listened to them talk about the oligarchy and how Elon Musk bought the presidency and is doing and then it turns out, we find out in the last couple of weeks that actually the presidency was not for sale as long as Donald Trump was in the White House. And so the oligarchy has crashed and burned, and Donald Trump, and this is of course why people love Donald Trump, because he made his money not on politics, but before he got to politics. He's not a Biden or an Obama who has made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of their political careers. If anything, he's lost money off of his political career.
It's such a great point. If you buy the White House, you don't get evicted. Usually you get to stay.
Doesn't make sense.
You mentioned crashing and burning. We're seeing that in LA. Just your thoughts on how the Democrats are trying to frame this as Trump's fault.
Well, think about it, Jesse. If we did not have the alternative media that we have today, if we did not have Fox News, if we did not have your show, if we did not have other shows, mainly on Fox, but also if we didn't have Twitter or whatever it's called, X, owned by Elon Musk, where free speech is allowed, if we did not have these alternative media outlets, the narrative that the Washington Post and the New York Times and the leftist media is trying to push right now, that narrative would succeed. Our entire professional lives have been dictated by that left-wing narrative. And we have seen it time and time again where they have won the narrative, and they would have won this narrative and blamed all of this on Donald Trump if it were not for these alternative sources telling the truth and allowing people to see what really is going on, and realizing that these people, we're just sitting here basically laughing at the mainstream media as they try to spin this stuff, as you did in the first block so brilliantly, and I think everybody sees it. They're exposed. They have no credibility left, and thank God.
Yeah, and thank you. And that's changed from even 4 years ago, the Summer of Love, the original Summer of Love. They got away with it a little bit more back then, but now it's like there's not a shot. You're watching guys with Mexican flags stand atop burning cars while we're arresting pedophiles. Like, what?
and all of COVID. They were even controlling the narrative back then, and that was the most surprising thing, was during the summer of love and during COVID, how they still managed to control the narrative. But I think at this point they have so lost credibility, it's hopeless for them.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely hopeless. And thank God. And so, Charlie, great to talk to you.